They shut the borders, and if we didn't get to Queensland before that border shut, we were going to be locked out from our farm in Queensland. So it became like an animal welfare issue.
A lot of people will get lost with their monocular and then trying to find it in the scope and that sort of thing. It's very different to having a spotlight and a rifle.
I'd just really like to shoot a really big red deer, really. Like, I think that New Zealand is the epitome of hunting, really, closest to us.
Maxwell, did you get a good sleep on the weekend? Was the bed all right?
The bed was lovely, actually.
It was?
Yeah, the bed was good. Joe snores a bit, but...
Not this Joe.
Not
Not
me.
this Joe, no.
I'm not a snorer.
No, a different Joe.
Picking on our guests straight away.
Exactly, I'm just gonna leave now.
She didn't even stay where we were staying, but...
Could hear it from that far away.
I stayed in Nearham. So
where?
Nearham, south.
Nearham.
About half an hour from the show. Yeah.
Well, we were 45 minutes away, so...
40.
40.
Yeah.
With your driving.
In the van.
In those windy hills.
Yeah, perfect. That's it. So we've just come back from Wild Deer. And Joe, you were on our stand at the event.
I was,
It's great having you there.
Thank
Although
you.
I was like on the reloading section, you were out in the optics section. I barely saw you.
I know.
I asked Maxwell if he actually like talked with you over the weekend. He said, yeah, we hung out. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'm glad someone enjoyed themselves.
When she had a spare minute, you were pretty busy for most of it.
It was busy. Yeah, it was pretty hectic, which is excellent. It's exactly what you want.
Yeah.
So
Have you done Wild Deer Expo before?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were ready for it.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. In a different light. Because the last time I was there, I was on the Spika stand and just in pro staff. So I was sort of just talking to people, not with a product in mind, just chatting. So it was nice to actually have products to have one-on-one with the public with. So
Yeah,
Cool.
okay.
yeah, it was good.
So you say pro staff. So you work for Spika now.
I do, yes.
You didn't then?
No.
Oh,
so
okay. Tell us more. So this a couple of years ago.
Yeah, so this was the last Wild Deer show, which was, I think, 2 years ago. So at that point, I was nursing, I think. So,
right.
yeah, so I was on the pro staff, so just doing my thing, hunting, fishing, living my best life. And then, Spika asked me to come over to their sales team. So I thought about it.
Wow.
And I went, yes, absolutely. So
That's a big change going from a nursing sort of path to sales and marketing.
Yep, absolutely. And it was the best thing I ever did.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, right.
I could imagine.
Yep. During COVID and
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been with Spika for what, coming up 2 years?
a couple of years now in October, which is gone so fast.
Yes, it has.
Well, Maxwell's about to get married.
Yes.
And getting married to a nurse.
Yep, to a nurse.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Please look after her.
I will.
Yes.
She just got off her last night shift.
Oh, the poor thing.
Yeah, so that's it. She's done until well after the wedding now, so
Good.
that's good. She's taken a lot of time off, which is nice for
well
her.
deserved.
To be fair, I knowing him, I think she looks after him a lot more.
Oh, I see.
That's what she likes to make people believe.
That's the public perception that is out there. Okay. Yeah, right. And so so that was a couple of years ago, and so you were ready for this one, but this was a little different now.
This was a little different.
You had some responsibility.
I did have responsibility. I will be honest, the last Wild Deer show, I think most of us spent a lot of time in the bar. So this time was incredibly different. So we were, really busy, but it was really good. It always is. There's always a really good calibre of people at the Wild Deer show. It's different to every other show. It's different to a full drive show and everything else. It is just... You get your really keen hunters, I think. It's real specific and
A lot of people like who know each other there as well.
that too.
It's like even people you haven't spoken to in years that you've just run into in passing and you run into them like, oh, hey, haven't seen you in years. How you going? They're like, yeah, good. Still hunting and fishing and doing all that. So, yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, socially it's excellent. It's just a huge catch up with the hunting family is what it feels like. It's just really good vibes and... Yeah, catch up with people you haven't seen, like you say. You probably talk to them on the phone or whatever. But
exactly.
Yeah, see people
we were
in
just
real
looking through the photos Robbo got just before, and it was like I said to him last night when I was going through them, he just really captured the atmosphere in his photos, which was just amazing.
He did.
Give him a shout out then.
Bold Action Productions.
Yep.
I never mention anyone by name. I call him by name, but forget his channel. He did an excellent job with his photography.
It was buttery smooth.
It was buttery smooth.
It was good. And Yeah, I certainly saw that with lots of people catching up, and there's that real connection with it. What? Obviously, you've been hunting for a long time, Joe. What got you into hunting?
It's a good question. I started off fishing, actually.
Fishing
is where I started.
What got you into fishing?
Yeah, good question. Everybody asks me that. People have been asking me that since I was young, and I actually don't know. I think
we're always doing it.
Came from my uncles. My uncles are really good fishermen, and I think I remember my dad used to take us every single weekend, was either camping or fishing or something like that. And I sort of grew up and got to about my teens and sort of went, I really miss that. Like all my friends were sort of into other things like shopping and all the rest. And I just didn't feel like that was me. I was like,
You wanted to go shopping for rods?
Absolutely. That is exactly it. So I was sort of the black sheep and started fishing, and then I was like, I felt like that's where I belonged. That's where I felt my passion started. And then fishing and hunting just goes hand in hand. So
yeah, right. Did you grow up somewhere that fishing was a big thing?
Definitely. I was actually born in Mount Gambier, so I'm actually South Australian.
Oh, brilliant.
There you go.
So
claim that.
Yeah,
one of us.
Yes. So, but moved away when I was quite young. So I moved to Ballarat in Victoria, where I've been since. So I fished Lake Wendouree, which a lot of fishermen will know Lake Wendouree very well, and I fished that every single day, rain, hail or shine, for 2 years straight, trying to catch my elusive trout. So I did that, and then I was just hooked from then. So yeah, and then the hunting came in as I got a little bit older. So I got my first rifle, I think I was about in my mid-20s. So yeah, so I sort of started hunting a little bit later. So I definitely didn't grow up hunting, but it came to me at a later point, and that was it then. As soon as I had that first rifle, I was, sold.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
What was your first experience hunting? Was it with your rifle or was it with someone else?
No, it was with a friends. It was with their pa's old 22. So an old open sight 22. I shot my first rabbit, and I was so excited I screamed. And I'm like, I forget, you've got to be quiet when you're hunting. But I was so excited, and then shot another fox. I don't remember if it was that night or the next day. And that was it then. It was... That was my experience.
Awesome.
Yeah, I did cry. I was actually quite emotional about taking the life of an animal, but once I sort of understood the pest side of it, and then the eating side of it, and the ethical side, which is so important, that changed it all for me. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And what brought you to sort of some of those lessons? Was it talking with people or sort of seeing the damage and seeing how it worked? It
was hunting on farms and seeing the absolute devastation that these feral animals bring. So especially now, we've got a cattle station in Queensland, and the pigs up there are just rife all the time, and the disease they bring, the way they ruin the habitat, and also just take away, I suppose, the vegetation that your stock is supposed to eat, is just sort of a real eye opener. I
haven't seen much pig destruction, but definitely seen some destruction from foxes and rabbits and that sort of thing. Being South Australian, they're probably our biggest two pests.
Yeah.
Besides deer, obviously.
Yes.
As much as we love them, they are a pest.
Yes.
But yeah, like I would really like to get up north at some point and go shoot some pigs. But yeah, you see the videos and stuff, and the helicopters flying over the crops that have just been absolutely just decimated by them, and it's unreal. You wouldn't be able to think like, a couple of animals couldn't do that, but it's thousands of them.
Huge, and they breed just so fast. Like each pig has got probably six babies hanging off it, and then within, I think, 6 to 12 months, they can then have their own litter themselves. So they breed incredibly fast. So
it's crazy.
Yeah.
No wonder the numbers explode.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
So born in Mount Gambier, moved to around Ballarat,
near Ballarat,
but you've got property in Queensland. How did that come
I'm everywhere.
about?
So I sort of, what I did before Spika is I was in Queensland about 6 months of the year on our cattle station. Yep. So my family's got a cattle station up sort of near Cunnamulla sort of way. Okay. So just cattle up there, no cropping. And then down here in Victoria, sort of near Bendigo way, is cropping and sheep. So merinos and first cross and canola and wheat and all that sort of thing. So back to the pest side is we see all the foxes taking our beautiful baby lambs. So
of course.
That's something that I get very passionate about. So,
Yeah, definitely.
And were you nursing between the two places, or how?
I was doing a lot. I'm always very busy.
I was about to say, when did you sleep?
Yeah, I'm a very busy person. I sort of don't really stop occasionally. And that's where my hunting and fishing is sort of my breather, I suppose. It's my exit, my downtime really. So I was doing a lot of things. So nursing at the time, and then pro staff with Spika, and then both farms. So I was sort of doing a mix of everything at the same time, which was very busy.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did pro staff mean? How long were you doing that? And how did
so
that
I was
come about?
Oh, I don't know the exact time. It was a little while. It was a few years with Spika. So basically just hunt and fish, do what I do all the time. And Spika would send me product and that sort of thing so that I could showcase everyone else, I suppose, with products that I use. But started off, I just really loved Spika. I loved what they stood for. It's a Australian-owned company, which is really family-based, and I loved that. And everyone in it hunts and fishes, so just like-minded people. So so I started off doing pro stuff, which is literally just hunting, fishing, social media, I suppose, and then sort of drag into going to shows and that sort of thing and chatting to people like yourselves. And that's where it started.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Back to the fishing, you said you were chasing a trout for a long time. Yeah. Was that fly fishing?
No, that was everything sort of fishing.
Everything.
I tried everything.
Shotgun fishing.
Yeah. Literally, no. That's sort of frowned upon in the middle of the town, unfortunately.
I got it. Okay. Because that's that lake right in the middle of Ballarat, isn't it?
It is. It's an old swamp and man-made, and it's just a renowned fishing location. So beautiful brown trout and rainbow trout, also redfin, which I hate redfin. I know a lot of people froth catching reddies, but it's probably my least favourite species to catch. I fished every day for 2 years, and that was back at least 10 years ago, and it was sort of before there was many females in the game, and people would walk past and they'd be talking, and they'd get closer to me, and then they'd stop talking and stare. And then I'd sort of look and go, hey, how you going? And they keep going. They'd start talking again, like, what's that person doing? Like, it's pouring rain or it's snowing or hailing or whatever. I didn't care. I just wanted to catch this, either a brown trout or a rainbow trout. And I fished through everything for so long, and I just couldn't catch one. So
what was the first one you got? A brown or a rainbow?
It was a rainbow, and it was about this big. So it was tiny.
It counts.
It absolutely counted.
Definitely.
And luckily there were some girls walking past, and they're like, "Oh my God, you've caught a fish!" And I'm like, "Oh, it's my first one." And they took a photo, and they were just as happy.
Oh,
so
that's
it was
so nice.
It was sort of something that really. Everyone would come past you and say, have you caught anything? Have you caught anything? I see you here all the time. Like, have you finally caught something? And eventually I did, and that was it. As soon as I caught that first one, it just broke the drought, and that was it then. Then I just kept
started catching them
fish all the time. I really followed the barometer, and the moon and the weather is something that was really critical to that fishing. And I think that's if you can follow these sort of patterns.
Learn that pattern
you learn it.
The time that you got to be there.
Yeah, it's odd. Like now I'll be somewhere and I think I really feel like it's like I can sort of sense the barometer. I know it's the weirdest thing ever to say that, but if I'm out fishing, I think it actually feels really like trouty because I did it every day.
Or you feel it, you're like, I just caught a couple, and then you feel the change. You're like, I don't think I'm going to get any more for the rest of the day.
You just can sense it. It is really insane.
You had the sixth sense.
Did
you have that in hunting?
No. I wish I did.
Wouldn't that make it so much?
Oh my God, I wish. Definitely not. I am definitely a better fisherman than I am a hunter. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Yeah.
What's your favourite thing to hunt?
Pigs.
Pigs.
Yeah, I love chasing pigs up north with the dogs mostly.
Right. Telling me about this at Wild Deer.
Dogs and knives?
Basically. So you're on a quad or walking, whatever you sort of feel like, usually on quads, and going all over the country, just sort of waiting for the dog to jump and sense that there's a pig. You either see it before the dog sometimes, which is insane, but generally the dog will just jump off at 100 miles and go, and then you're just holding your tracker waiting for them to sort of
It must be a really big adrenaline rush when that dog just disappears into the bush and you've got to go find it.
And it's sometimes very daunting because they always will go either where you sort of don't want them to, like there'll be a river crossing or there'll be like a heap of like turkey bush. So turkey bush is this bush that it grows up in southwest Queensland and it will literally pierce every one of your tyres all the time. So it's a nightmare.
Expensive.
Yeah, so sometimes you got to run and the dog might be 2 kilometres in and you're like, here we go. So you got to
2 Ks of tracking the dog on foot with punctured legs instead of tyres.
And snakes, like up there, the snakes are next level. So that's always in your mind, like don't step on a snake, and it's always hot. So you're sort of in shorts or whatever and thinking,
Have you been bitten?
No, where's the wood? Not yet. Hopefully I never do. But yeah, I'm terrified of snakes. Absolutely petrified.
Perfect.
I would love to say that they're harmless, but maybe when they're 5 foot away from you.
Yeah, no, we definitely know they're not. Yeah,
unless they're 6 foot long. Okay. You been bitten, Maxwell?
I've had a couple of dry bites.
Okay.
Obviously, the work that I do that I have not spoken about much. I was a snake catcher for close to 8-10 years. And now I work in a facility full of snakes. So I've had my fair share of close calls. Nothing in the facility and just a couple of dry bites and that sort of thing. I have had a red belly chewing the tongue of my shoe once on a call out.
Wow.
That was a bit too close for comfort. I sort of went and got back in the car and took my shoe off and took my sock off and was like, okay, cool. Don't need to call an ambulance. That's good.
I'll probably not sleep now. I'll have nightmares.
Sorry, Joe.
Well, after the weekend, I think we're all so exhausted. We were out of sleep, all right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're all pretty tired, but you've only just got back.
Yeah. So I was been in Melbourne for the show, and then I was planning last night. I was trying to work out because I've got a few sort of various scheduling conflicts, let's say, and I was in Melbourne. It's about 8 o'clock. I'm like, I think I'm going to go home. I'll drive for a few hours tonight, stay somewhere, and then drive back. And you know what a expo's like. They're draining. Maxwell was pretty ruined after this one. I'm sure the same for you, Joe.
Absolutely. You're absolutely exhausted. Happy, but exhausted.
So I thought, no, I'll pull up somewhere. So I booked about 9 o'clock last night. I booked a motel in Ararat. It was about 2 hours from Melbourne. Thought that'd be great. And then I've got, about 6 hours or so left to go in the morning. I'll get up at 6 and be home by midday. I rang, booked a place, got about 10 minutes from Ararat, and they called me and told me there was something wrong with the room and they had to cancel it.
Oh, no.
Now, to be fair to them, they refunded me and gave me extra and offered me a discount. They were very, very apologetic, so no hassle there. Things happen. But I don't know if you've tried to get a motel at 11:30 at night between Adelaide and Melbourne.
It's what happens in Ararat. You know about the haunted old jails and all that sort of thing.
No,
it's sort of the place
don't.
you don't want to be left homeless for the night.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, it's probably a good thing.
Luckily, you kept driving through Ararat.
I kept driving because I'm like, well, I'm not staying there if I've got nowhere to stay.
Yeah,
so I kept going. It's not very easy to get a motel at that time of night between Adelaide and Melbourne, I found out. So I ended up driving all the way through, which is probably not what I should have done. But I did nap at some point for about 20 minutes, got the power nap in and rolled in this morning at 4:30 and had to ring my wife to say, can you take the chain off the door so I can actually get inside?
Oh, wow. I didn't realise it was that intense. Okay.
Yeah.
Especially when you think you're 10 minutes away from getting to your hotel.
Oh, I was just like, it's going to be great. I'm going to chill out and this is be great. And then the phone rings. I'm like, that's the number I called on to book. Okay. Hello.
No.
Some Asian lady was very apologetic, and they said there was something wrong with the room and they couldn't let me stay in it for whatever reason. They gave me an extra $30 on my booking, so that paid for all the Red Bull on the way home.
Yes.
which is good. And then they offered me a discount to stay there again. So I'll take them up on it. Yeah.
Hey, stay there on the way back.
Yeah.
Stay there on the way back. Yeah, back off to Melbourne on Saturday. So. So, yes, it's been an exhausting day and did a few hours sleep and then came in here and hung out with work people.
So what's going on in Ararat with these haunted?
Yeah, now I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm curious.
So one of my very close friends always tries to get me to go to this actual night, but there's two. So there's J Ward, which is an old jail, which is no longer functional, and there's an old asylum, which used to be a mental asylum. So they closed these years ago, but you can go through and do ghost tours and all the rest, and I have done a ghost tour there. And
oh, really?
yeah, like I don't know if they sort of put it on or not, but like some doors wouldn't open and it was eerie and you just it was just not a good feeling to be there, and I'd never go back.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it's sort of renowned for that, and because of the jails that are in Ararat, it just has a bit of a reputation that so it might be a good thing that your hotel was booked out or whatever and you couldn't stay.
That's what I'm just gonna sleep at the jail next time. That sounds easy.
See if they've got a ghost tour and you can just have a little nap on your tour.
Yeah, can I just book a tour and just sleep?
Well, they do overnight tours, like late at night. I'm sure they
I
would
should have booked
mind.
that. I wonder if I could.
Yeah, you could. That would have been perfect.
Yeah. I'll be the only one just sleeping.
I think it'd be very, very spooky. Yeah, and you can go into like where the morgue was, and when I went, you could lay on like the tray. You know how they slide you into the wall?
Do you get to slide in?
Yeah, they slide you like a little bit in it. Yeah, you could sleep on that if you were that desperate. You could
just shove you all the way in and close the door and
peaceful night's
you'll
sleep.
get 12 hours.
Probably, maybe longer.
Maybe.
Maybe longer.
Depends when they let you out.
Yeah. Okay. That'd be fine. I don't get freaked out by that stuff very much. So
oh, right. Well, then
I'm quite okay
you'll
with
be fine. I'm sure there's plenty of spare beds there. So
Rusty's not scared of ghosts, and obviously I'm not scared of snakes.
Yeah. What are you not scared of, Joe?
Oh, I don't know. I'm a bit of a chicken, to be honest.
Chickens? Are you scared of chickens?
No, I do like chickens.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, no,
I don't think chickens chase after pigs and catch them with dogs, though. That's a pretty impressive feat to do.
Oh, yeah, they can frighten you sometimes, especially if they turn around or the dog lets go or something happens unexpected. Or if there's a couple there, sometimes you're hurdling up a tree or looking for the closest thing to hide behind.
Wow.
What's the knife of choice for something like that?
Well, I've got a Spika Challenger knife, so I use that quite regularly.
I have to look that up, yeah.
Have a squeeze of that one. It is quite a heavy sort of a knife. And the other one I think is just an old Van Diemen's knife. I've had it for years and years.
So you're not using many rifles or anything when you're chasing pigs, or they're sort of tucked up in the bush where you need the dogs to find them?
Oh, wow, that's a solid pig sticker.
Let me have a look.
Yeah, I'll bring it up.
So
is that one of them?
Yeah, that's it.
Imagine
that's
that.
It.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do the job.
Yeah, for those who are watching, we might try and throw it up on screen. For those who are listening,
it's a nice looking knife.
It is a proper long pig sticker that would breach the heart quite comfortably.
Absolutely. And that's the whole point, is you don't want the animal to suffer. Yeah. So you sort of want to stop it as quickly as you can.
And you flip it over by the back legs, is that right?
You can.
You can, okay.
Generally, you want to hold it by the back leg.
That's what the rookies do, yeah.
And then stick it straight in the heart, just so it's a very quick, ethical death.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
You want it to be in and out done.
Because the dogs grab the pigs, don't they?
They sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Okay.
So sometimes if we get a really big hooky boar and you've only got one dog for whatever reason, you might call the dog back and then just shoot the pig. It really depends on the situation at the time, because it changes very rapidly sometimes.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes one dog will go that way and the other dog will go the other, and depending on how many people you've got is which way you're going. And
how many people would you normally have for
it really varies. We've had, when our friends come up, it could be, say, maybe 8 of us.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just Jack and myself. Sometimes I've never gone by myself because I was going to say,
it sounds like a 2-person job.
100%.
Yeah.
And out there, you sort of do want to have someone with you. You've always got your radio and that sort of thing, but you are so remote that if something goes wrong, you could be in strife. So.
Yeah, definitely safety first on that one.
Absolutely.
Don't want to be alone.
Absolutely.
Pigs, I imagine, have tusks. Like, they can be pretty dangerous.
Yeah, like most pigs lately have all been boars. And since we flooded last year, and since the flood, they've all been mostly really hooky boars. So they've got these really sharp, big hooks that sort of want to damage your dogs and want to damage you. So you've got to be really cautious of it. But you sort of just got to commit. If you're going to go in and get that pig, you just have to go, that's it, I'm going for it. You can't hesitate, because if you hesitate,
yeah, that's when
might end badly.
Like shooting a fox once you've yelled away, you can't hesitate on the shot.
Exactly.
You've just got to take it.
Yep, agree. Yeah. They're lots of fun though. Welcome to come up anytime. So
beauty.
to come up and give it a go. Yeah.
So pig hunting's your favourite type of hunting. What if you're in Victoria though? What do you choose to do?
See, if I'm stuck in Victoria.
If you're stuck in Victoria and you haven't got the time to go to Ararat to go check out the ghosts, what would you do?
Yeah, so down in Vic, usually it'll be either foxes, so just on the farm. So I'll either try and chase foxes around, or rabbits is probably my next thing. Occasionally I'll chase deer when I get a good chance to. But mostly, rabbits and foxes is probably my go-to.
I guess on that part of Victoria, that would make a lot of sense. Yeah,
yeah, definitely. Yeah. There is deer probably within 40 minutes from me. But generally it's just on the farm where I'm shooting. Yeah.
A lot of time goes into the deer hunting side of things though.
Yeah,
it's not just 40 minutes, unfortunately. 100%,
You'd be like,
I'll just go for a 40-minute drive and shoot some deer. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially over there, right?
Yeah. Big country, especially the public access and stuff. I've done a fair bit of hunting around the Grampians area and stuff. Unfortunately, never shot anything there, but...
Is there much there on that side?
There was before the fires went through.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure about now. But yeah, plenty getting around there. A few reds, a few fallows. So seen plenty of sign and never actually come across any live animals in a public area. We've seen them out in crops and that sort of thing, but out of limits.
Over there.
They always know, don't they?
They do.
It's like always when you don't have your rifle or you're not allowed to shoot them, they just have this.
It's amazing. It's like they'll be nocturnal on a farm, but then like they won't be in the public area during the day either. It's like, where are you then?
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
You got to be somewhere.
They've got to be somewhere, but just good at hiding.
And one thing that's fascinating to see is the thermal world. And obviously Spika has reasonably become the ThermTec distributors. And so that would have, while you've been there, come on board.
Yeah.
How has that been to sort of get to understand? Had you had any experience with thermals prior?
Yeah, so absolutely none. I am a spotlight girl through and through, so I'm used to going out with a spotty. You'd literally drive around or walk around till you found something, look for the eyes and then have a shot. If you miss it, most hunters will know you'll never get to shoot that fox again. It seems to know like every time, won't even look at you. So when thermals came in, I thought, Jesus, there is so much to learn about thermals. But ThermTec's that brand where it's actually really simple to get your head around. So just sort of comes second nature now. But it is an absolute game changer. Those foxes that won't look at you will just sit there. So
just no idea.
They don't know you're there.
It's absolutely amazing sometimes how long you can watch them for.
Yeah. And I think that's a really good thing. It's sort of like the whole live scope controversy is a lot of people tend to say, thermal's cheating, whatever, but it's actually just more efficient.
It's an interesting discussion to have. And I know there's some different, there's been reasonably recent changes in Victoria with deer hunting.
Yeah.
But the thermal side of things I see is just another tool, another option, right? And it's just, if the goal of what you're doing is to stalk a deer with you and just you and the deer and it's great, use whatever tools are appropriate for the job. But if you're out there and you foxes are decimating your lambs and you're doing that sort of thing, why wouldn't you sort of stack everything in your favor? Because that's not we're not like fair game or anything. We need to get the job done, and the more of these that are around, the more this affects food supply, really.
Absolutely. It's you want to eradicate as many as you can, and with thermal you'll just know exactly what's there and you'll be surprised at how close they are and you had no idea.
Surprised how many you miss with a spotlight.
Exactly that, exactly.
Yeah, true.
But it's an absolute game changer. So ThermTec have just released the new Oryx Owl. So
they look great.
It's really light. It's just over 1 kilo and it's got the laser rangefinder built into the lens itself. So it's a really slimline scope, more like a traditional scope. So really easy to use, and it's got a few features on there that is just completely different to what they've released before, which is exciting. So you'll have to have a squiz when you've got a spare moment.
Yeah, I did actually see it at the show. Yeah, just on the setup day. But obviously someone with a reasonable amount of hunting experience and that sort of thing, How long did it take you to sort of get your head around how thermal works?
It did take a little bit
Yeah.
because I'd never been exposed to it before. I'd obviously heard of thermal but never owned one myself. And when Spika took it on, I thought I've actually got a chance now to sit down over a weekend and have a play. So it's sort of the idea of, it took me a while to sort of remember. There's so many specs you've got to remember, like what sensor and resolution and all those sorts of things.
Yeah.
But once you understand the basics of that, I think it comes to you naturally, and then you know what you should and shouldn't be looking for. Yep. You can pick up a thermal and know straight away if it's a better sensor than another, and detection rate and all that sort of thing. So it did take a little while, but now I feel like I'm confident with the range itself, but also how they work and how they detect that heat and that sort of thing. So I think you do have to really put your time into it to learn and understand it. But once you have that knowledge, it sort of stays then.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I shoot with a lot of thermal and night vision, obviously running in the dark and that sort of thing. And it's crazy how fast it's changed in the 6 or 7 years I've been playing with it now. It's just advancing so quick, and the scopes are just getting better and better. But I take a lot of people out, and I notice a lot of things they do. It's quite interesting. They're not used to using the technology, and they can't use it efficiently enough. A lot of people will get lost with their monocular and then trying to find it in the scope and that sort of thing. It's very different to having a spotlight and a rifle, that's for sure.
Oh, completely. But I suppose once you've had a little bit of a practice, if you've got a friend who's got a thermal or something so you can go out and have a go, I think that is probably a good idea.
It's definitely a learning curve for sure.
100% it is, yep.
Is it, Joe, as someone who runs properties, does it change the way you go about it?
I think so, because if you're out there with a spotty, you've got to find the animal with a spotlight first. So all the animals know you're there, so they all can see that light.
Yeah.
And then you've either got to have someone with you to hold that spotlight, or hold it yourself, or if you've got one mounted in the roof or whatever. But thermal, if you've got your thermal scope in your handheld, you can do everything yourself. So you can find that animal without that animal knowing you're there, and without spooking other animals. So if you're shooting around, say, lambing ewes, or obviously not close to lambing ewes, but in the area, you can detect foxes, rabbits, you know where they are without actually disturbing everything else. So it
you can
really
also
does
use smaller
change things.
calibers as well, because you can get closer. So come lambing
That's
season
a really
and that
good
sort
point.
of thing, you can get out there with a 17 HMR or even a 22 around lambing sheep that you're still not too close to them, but close enough to watch the foxes come in and pick them off before they get there. So.
Yep. No, I agree. My go-to is my little 17 that I've had since I was my first rifle. HMR, which I love. And you can get super close, which from a farming sense of view, you don't want to disturb a ewe that's just had a lamb, because if anything spooks that, if it's a first-time mother, anything spooks it will run from that lamb and not go back to it. So you do have to be quite cautious about how close you are and what you're doing and all that sort of thing too. So,
Interesting.
Have you ever taken the thermal to the ghost night?
No, but I think I'd be too scared to.
I think we might have to organise this.
I think this sounds great.
Well,
I've
You
got a
guys
place to
come with
stay.
me.
We've got a place to stay with a discount.
Couple of thermals.
Yeah, a couple of
go to
thermals.
Ararat.
Let's go to the ghost night, check them out, sleep in the morgue. Yeah.
I mean, no wonder, because you do see these people that hunt ghosts and that sort of thing. What equipment do they use? I have no idea.
I wouldn't know. All I know is Slimer.
No.
That's going back a while.
Someone call Ghostbusters and get some information, please.
Right. This podcast has really taken a turn.
Yeah, it has now. I want to kick back a little bit. So I'm
Back
curious.
to what we actually talk about.
Yeah, back to the beginning. You told us you were a nurse.
Yeah.
What made you sort of want to go down that nursing path from farming?
Yeah. So I've ever since I went to high school, I actually came across my old report the other day, my school report.
Yeah, right. How'd you go?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like Joey's very social, easily distracted. Nothing's really changed. But
Perfect.
one of my teachers did write well suited to be a nurse, and I thought, oh, that's good to know. But I think I just wanted to help people. I'd had older grandparents that were sick in hospital and that sort of thing, and I just always wanted to be a nurse ever since I was little. Like, there's photos of me when I think I'm like 3 or 4 in like with pretend like doctor's kit and nurse's kit, and I've just always wanted to be. And I think that helping people sort of thing is where that came from. And then COVID was just a complete spin on things. And
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but especially Victoria.
Absolutely. Lockdown, all of that. And every day I'd drive to work. There'd be no one on the roads because you're only allowed to go to work if you're essential. So driving to work, and I think, is today the day that maybe I'll meet the first patient with COVID? And it was actually quite daunting.
I can imagine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Then they shut the borders, and if we didn't get to Queensland before that border shut, we were going to be locked out from our farm in Queensland. So it became like an animal welfare issue. So we had to kind of get to Queensland quickly.
Yeah, right. So you got up to Queensland for it.
Got to Queensland up to the farm up there.
Because you were cropping in Vic.
Yeah, cropping in Vic and sheep in Vic, and then up north is just cattle. So we had to get up there, and once we got there, they shut the borders, and I went, oh, well, I can't really go back now. And I thought, do I want to go back? Do I want to go back to this? And I ended up leaving my job then and went, you know what, I actually am happy not nursing. I'm going to find a different path. Had 6 months off, fished for 6 months, hunted. It was heaven.
Horrible.
It was an awful. So like COVID was good and bad.
Yeah.
And then came back, and then I was like, well, I need to find another job now. I'm back to reality, and ended up working in the community in Maryborough. So went back to it, and then thought, do I really want to be? I think I'd burnt out, to be honest. We all know healthcare is in a state of crisis. It's short-staffed. It is just, hats off to everyone still in the healthcare industry, because you're working hard, and it is.
Yeah, it's not a nice place to be most of the time.
Yeah, I mean,
unfortunately.
Yeah, you definitely have your rewards, and you meet the most beautiful people and make a really big difference, but it is hard work. So
definitely
for those still in it, look after your wife.
I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I don't know how Caitlin does it, but she loves it. She's very fortunate that she works in a country hospital as well. So it's a lot better than the metros, but still very tough at times. Yeah,
I was the same. I was in a country hospital, and I don't think I ever could have been in a metro. I think the country's where it's hard, that's for sure.
Yeah, quite the challenge. Okay. Were you leading somewhere else, Maxwell?
No, that was it. I was just curious,
Yeah.
Caitlin's pretty much the same thing as yourself, grew up on a farm and then went to nursing. So I was just curious to see what led you down that path.
Yeah.
But I think it's the same for most of you.
Yeah. Just want to help. Yeah. When you know you're making a bit of a difference to someone, it's special. It's a really special thing.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you, because you had obviously built a reasonable following and such to be able to sort of qualify, I guess, for a pro staff sort of role.
Yep.
I know for many people that they sort of aspire to do that sort of thing. How did you go about doing that and building that?
I didn't. I was at the time doing a lot of fishing stuff, and I just loved what I was doing. And
you just shared it?
Yeah, I didn't think, I really want to have 5,000 or 10,000 followers. I never once thought that. I just thought, I really love what I'm doing. I feel like other people would maybe want to see it. Like catching a fish after 2 years, it's a huge achievement.
Yeah.
And I think there's so many other people that have dreams like that and sort of get discouraged or
get the motivation to be like, hey, you're not going to catch a fish your first time. It might not be the second time, but hey, I did it for 2 years and I eventually got there, and you might have to do the same.
You just got to not give up. I think that is, at the end of the day, everything gets hard. There's points in your life it gets really hard, but you just got to keep going. And I just really loved fishing and I loved hunting, and thought maybe other people might want to see it, and then somehow it just grew. And and then people would talk to me, so I'd go somewhere and they'd say, I follow you on Insta. I'm like, what? Like, that's weird. Okay. You're like, nice to meet you. And it would really freak me out. But I think there's a lot of like-minded people that social media has sort of really built a community. So now you can share what has helped you, and you can see someone else doing the same thing. And there's a lot of girls in the industry now, and it's sort of, gender's no longer a thing now, whereas it used to be not many girls in it, but now it is just sort of a level playing field. And so I didn't set out to do anything. It just happened because I had a passion for what I did, I suppose. And I suppose that might have inspired other people. I'm not sure.
I want to come back to that, but at Wild Deer, did you speak to a number of women? Was there more than perhaps previously have been?
Absolutely, I did.
Yeah, right.
And
Awesome.
there is so much support out there. So for girls that are getting into hunting or fishing, there is just a phenomenal amount, I can't say that word, phenomenal amount.
Doing all right, doing better than we would.
I'm not even going to attempt it.
An amazing amount.
Amazing, good idea. We'll just change the word. Of girls out there that actually will cheer for you. So there's
brilliant.
the girls in the industry, I don't feel that there's any jealousy or any spitefulness. It's, do you want the other girls to do as well as they can, because you all have that same mantra of you just want people to succeed. And I think that's the beauty of the hunting industry is there's so many like-minded girls that actually genuinely want to help you. If you've got a question.
That's really good to see, actually. Like coming from, like I've had a sister my whole life and like things that she went through in life and just people trying to knock her down from anything she wanted to do. And same, like I think you see that a lot with girls being really mean.
Yep.
But I think the hunting community really brings the best out in people.
Agree. And I think,
and it's good to hear that that's true from both sides. Not just the guys getting on, but the girls as well. Yeah.
And I think that in comparison to the fishing world and the hunting world is incredibly different. So the fishing world, I think, still has that side, but the hunting, that's something I've really picked up over the years is the hunting shooting industry is entirely different to the fishing. It is just two different worlds altogether. And I think in the hunting industry, people really do cheer for you and will support you. But also being a female in the hunting world and the shooting world and going to gun stores, predominantly it's more men. And the industry is so respectful towards females, and you can go into a gun store and absolutely know nothing and can say, look, I just want to get started, and you've got that support. Stores will help you. You're not by yourself. You don't have to worry about being a girl knowing nothing. You can know nothing and you'll be led into hunting by someone else who knows a bit more, because there's so many people and everyone's available to help. So
everyone's willing to help, and it's always a great thing about hunting.
Do you think from comparative to fishing, because hunting's much smaller in community and size, that there is that, I guess, we're small and we have to sort of band together, so it doesn't bother us. If you're keen, we'll take you. Is there an element of that in it? Or?
I don't actually know. And I do think about that quite often, because I was even thinking about it today. I fished this morning and I was thinking about it. And
you fished this morning, perfect.
I did. And and I was thinking,
where did you fish this morning? We'll come back to that.
Just in the marina.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Any luck?
No, but it did take me back to those days where people would walk past and laugh. That was quite early, but it really cemented that the hunting industry is a really inclusive group, I think is the word. Very different. I'm not sure why. It could be the small community. Just better people hunt. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say that, but
I guess there's an element of as a hunting community, shooting community in broader, we're always sort of under threat and under attack. And so I'd like to think that we're more inclined to band together and just be like, if you show any interest at all in getting involved, we want to bring you into the fold and get you.
We want more people, not less.
Exactly.
Why would we want to drive people away from the thing we love?
Yes. Whereas I suspect the fishing industry is much larger than the hunting side of things, without knowing any numbers, but I assume so. And
I would think so.
Perhaps there's less of a need, a desire, a passion for bringing anyone we can into it.
It could be.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not much of I'm pretty terrible at fishing.
That's fine.
I only do it to hang out with people, and I quite enjoy that bit. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. back to the social side of things. So you obviously, just purely, and I love that it was, I just want to share this and someone else might get something out of it, which I think is actually really important. Things I see lots of people sort of come up with these grand plans of like, right, well, I've got 3 followers currently and I want to be the next Mr. Beast, but of the hunting world. So I'll ask every company to support me and do all these sort of things, which I'm sure, through Spika you get that sort of requests and such. But someone who's just like, I love what I'm doing and I just want to share it. And if I can meet other people, then great. It's probably not dissimilar to your story, Maxwell.
No, not really. I guess mine within the Dark and the Foxtastic weekend was I just wanted to get more people out shooting foxes. Is everyone's always, let's go deer hunt and let's do that. And it's like, well, there's foxes out there. We can go shoot them anytime. So let's get out there and do it.
Especially if you're in Adelaide, yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Yep, bit
easier.
Okay. Yeah, and have you found challenges with, sort of being on platforms like Instagram and such?
Oh, yeah.
I knew the answer to that one already, but
definitely. Yes. It's interesting. It's funny because I do have a fishing page that I don't really use anymore because I've sort of just used my main Insta and stuff now, but back in the day, fishing is sort of more accepted, and I'm not really sure why, but fishing is sort of okay to the general public and hunting is not.
Less blood,
but maybe. If anything...
Less cartoons about fish, I think it is. Like you go back to all the early cartoons of deer and Bambi and all of that.
You haven't seen Finding Nemo?
Well, I mean, no one's really fishing. I guess they are, aren't they? Yeah. They catch him and put him in a tank.
Yeah, don't know. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
No, that's good. All good.
Yeah, no, that's my thought on it. But
it's interesting because sorry, you go.
No, you're right. I was just going to take a dig at Maxwell, but we'll move on.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no,
it happens.
The fishing thing, it's exactly the same as hunting. You are potentially, fishing, if anything, is more cruel because you're catching a fish, it's going through pain and then you're putting it back like for no purpose, whereas hunting, you are sourcing meat to eat or you're eradicating a pest. So if anything, hunting should probably be more socially accepted than fishing, if anything. But
well, what if you were fishing for a pest species though, like redfin?
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, well, potentially it's
but
true.
Again, it is more accepted, which is, I find strange as well.
Yeah.
And I guess it's always been that way. People have always fished and everyone's exposed to fishing at some point.
That's true. Yeah. Is it perhaps there's a lower barrier of entry to fishing? It's easy to go. I mean, you went fishing, which I imagine is probably just down from your hotel or something.
It was
this morning
straight across the road, which is excellent.
No one bat an eyelid and away you go. Whereas if you sort of went into the down where you were staying, I guess there's probably some rabbits around. You start wandering around with a 22 and then shooting them.
Yeah.
It might have caused a few more problems, but it's harder to get into hunting than it would be fishing. Maybe
has that changed socially over the years as well? Because I know a lot of people, like older people that I talk to, and they were like, after school we used to just go shoot rabbits. They'd take their rifles to school with them. And
there certainly would be, I suspect, a public perception of what else can be done with a fishing rod versus what else can be done with a rifle.
I think it sort of comes down to education as well. Not many people are exposed to firearms and what they're ethically used for these days, whereas there's a fishing rod in basically every Kmart, every BCF, every Anaconda, everywhere. It's accessible, like you say, whereas hunting is sort of more of a niche sort of thing. So, I don't know.
Interesting. And I imagine you've had posts taken down.
And death threats. I've had all sorts.
Yeah. Got the good ones? Okay.
I think a lot of people in the hunting industry would know the same. There's this person called Susan, and she used to be rife in the hunting world, and she would start on anyone or anything that started, if you hunted at all, she would sort of send you these mammoth messages threatening all sorts of things. And sometimes it did for a while get quite overwhelming because I was constantly, someone shared one of my hunting pages to something I think it was in England or somewhere, and over there foxes are protected, and then someone else compared me to a really excellent hunter in America, Kendra. I think they thought I was her, that I'd been shooting all these elephants or whatever, and I just copped every day for like 3 weeks. I'd wake up and have all 50 or so messages just with awful things. That's
That's
sort
horrible.
of eased off now, but yeah, it is out there. And I mean, I could never imagine messaging a stranger criticising what they're doing, but it can happen. I know a lot of other girls in the industry have had the exact same thing. I don't know if it's just...
Do you think it happens more to females than males?
It could do, because generally a woman is supposed to be, I suppose, more gentle than a masculine guy. Oh, I don't know. It is...
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know too many guys who've gotten death threats besides.
Oh, I've got plenty.
Oh, you've got plenty?
Yeah, I've had
there you are.
plenty.
I was going to say Zach from the Hunting
Zach.
Connection. Yeah, he copped a fair bit with his cat.
He went quite global.
Yep.
Ended up on the Joe Rogan podcast.
No
They were
kidding,
talking about it.
wow.
Yeah, so it's a pretty big platform. I'm sure he got far more than I ever got. I'm sure you've got far more than I ever got.
And I'm sure there's plenty more out there that have got more than both of us combined.
Feeling a bit
but-
left out here. I might need to start posting
I'll
more.
send you some, mate.
all you have to do is hashtag Peter or some sort of organisation.
Perfect. I'll
You're
do
in
that
trouble
on my
then.
next thermal post.
Joe and I can flick a few
can set it up for you.
death threats through if you like.
Perfect.
I've had all my family threatened. I've had all my grandma and everything.
Oh, it's awful, isn't it?
Yeah, they come up with some creative options.
And
yeah.
for what? Like,
for what? Yeah,
it's-
story in a podcast, really.
yeah, like it is.
Just to get laughed at, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't understand it. You're right, but it's when it happens, you get it, and so if people are going into it and thinking about sort of getting stuck into doing it, at some point, particularly in the hunting side of things, it happens.
It does.
And do your best to not take it personally. Did it cause you problems, Joe?
It really upset. I won't lie. It really did for a while there, and that was a while ago. Now I've got to think. Now I sort of read them and laugh, but at the time it really affected me because I was thinking, oh my goodness, how can these people hate me that don't even know me? And
I can imagine. It would be quite daunting as well. Like
Yeah.
never having any experience of that happening or anything, and then suddenly you open your phone and people are telling you they want you dead,
or to get cancer, or to this, or I hope your whole family gets murdered, or just wild things. And you think, I'm actually not doing anything wrong. I'm literally eradicating pests. I'm saving native wildlife. I'm conserving nature. Like you're doing such a good thing. And I think these people just simply don't understand it. And that's why they're so critical.
I think there's a real educational issue with removing pests in Australia.
Agree.
That a lot of the population just don't understand that they can't be there.
Yeah.
I saw a post the other day from a YouTuber who was copping some flack from someone for shooting foxes, and she was telling him that she was literally trapping foxes on her property because they were in a drought and they were eating her chickens just because they were in a drought.
Yeah.
And then removing them to the local wildlife area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, that's very illegal.
Yeah, absolutely illegal.
Like, I was just dumbfounded by the comments. I could not believe that someone would admit that publicly and have a go at someone for doing the right thing and be like, oh, openly I'm doing the wrong thing.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
And for a chicken, that is I don't know what the right word is, like not a luxury to have, but a choice to have, whereas those native animals are just trying to survive.
Yeah, exactly.
Not introducing this animal that's going to kill them.
It's quite wild, really.
It is, I agree.
To change the mood a touch, have you ever been hunting overseas or any desire to go hunting overseas?
I haven't, no, but I would love to. I would love to go to New Zealand. Probably that would be my first priority, is to go to New Zealand to do both hunting and fishing.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Would you enjoy going to New Zealand to be teased about hunting and fishing the entire time but not actually do any?
I mean, I know what's coming up for you. And I think I did say to
That's
you.
a big dig there, Rusty. That was a big dig.
I think that, I would probably change my plans accordingly. I would make sure I could squeeze in something. But you are going to fish when you're there.
I might do some fishing.
Oh, okay.
I think we're going to try and sneak out for a fishing charter.
Yeah.
My part, Caitlin, doesn't mind fishing, so she does enjoy fishing. She's a country girl.
Yeah.
And I reckon if the opportunity presented itself for a night of thermal hunting, I reckon she'd let me go. So
Okay. So which night's that?
I'm not sure.
Not admitting to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
not admitting to
So
it.
if you were going to go over there, what's the target species? What would you love to do?
So there's a lot of things I've thought about. I'd like to do.
The list is long.
There's
a long list.
I just really like to shoot a really big red deer, really. Like, I think that New Zealand is the epitome of hunting, really, closest to us. But I don't know if my fitness is up there. And those mountains, I've seen the treacherous terrain you have to conquer to do like tar and all that sort of thing over there. So
Yes.
I'm not sure I'd physically be up for it, but there is a lot of things I'd like to do. And then the fishing side as well, I'd like to catch a New Zealand kingy. And then also trout fishing over there as well. But the hunting, I'd love to shoot a tar. But it's getting up to the top of that mountain. I'm
There's
not so
helicopters.
sure.
Yeah, I was going to say that. They've got helicopters for that. You just
choppers.
chop it up to the top and then walk along the tops.
Yeah.
Yep, it's the walking along the top bit that is. I am probably the clumsiest person you ever meet, so that worries me a little bit. I won't lie, but it's on the dream list. We'll put
Okay.
it that way. Yeah.
Anywhere else that would be amazing to
I'd love to go to Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Africa and shoot a kudu. I've got a kudu on the wall at home.
Oh, do you?
I didn't shoot it, but I'd really like to go to Africa one day. And
Where did you
pursue
find a
that.
kudu to mount
On the
your
wall.
wall?
Didn't-
It's on the wall.
It's just on the wall.
It's just there.
No, it's my partner's. It was his parents. So
Oh, excellent.
okay.
yeah, so his father was back in the day a ranger over in Africa. So
That is really cool.
which is amazing. So so one day I'd like to get over there.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. What about you, Maxwell? What's your
My overseas hunting plans.
what would be the goal?
I would really like to go chase coyotes in either Texas or Mexico,
Yep.
and mule deer.
You chase them down through Texas into Mexico.
I could get them over the border.
Mule deer. Where's mule deer based?
Same area,
Okay, same spot.
same sort of area, and then probably brown bear if I was over there.
Okay.
Just go to the other side of the country though. And then New Zealand is pretty high on the list. I'd like to shoot a tar and a chamois.
Okay.
I've got a pretty respectable red deer and a fallow already, so
Showing off a little bit there, isn't he?
Yes, a little bit.
it took me 4 years to shoot that red deer.
See,
so,
that's fair.
yeah. Yeah,
Worthwhile.
it was a lot of work.
Yeah,
and a lot
nice.
of walking, and it finally just showed up in the paddock that I always used to walk through and got him down, so that was nice.
I think you appreciate it a bit more when you've
Oh,
got
I
it. When
definitely
you
did.
wait for it and you have to work so hard to get it, it means so much more to you
Definitely.
when you finally get to take that animal.
No,
Yeah.
for sure.
And then there's a story to tell, like 2 years for a trout.
Exactly.
Like it's just the work that you have to do to achieve it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. With speaking of deer, back to wild deer.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to go and have a look at any of the other stands at all?
Oh, really?
No, I didn't either. Maxwell did.
I had a bit of a walk around.
What stood out to you, Maxwell?
There was quite a few good stalls there.
Okay.
Lots of people I knew already, which was nice to catch up with.
You're just
But I
so popular.
met some new people too.
Okay.
So I got talking to the guys at Walk and Stalk for a little bit.
Yep. Mohammed there.
Yeah, Mohammed, got chatting to him. So yeah, he was a lovely guy and walked me
is.
through their product, and they've got a pretty interesting thing in that. So go check that out. Caught up with the Carnivore Collective guys.
I met Brent there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brent,
Hopefully
lovely guy.
Some plans in the works, but yes.
Yes,
That'd be great.
Do some mincing over here at some
Yeah,
point.
have you heard
hopefully.
of Carnival
I
Collective?
have heard of it,
Yeah.
but I've not actually experienced anything from it. But I see it in a lot of my stores that I go to. So
Okay.
it's got to be a good product.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they
Yeah,
do.
they're doing some pretty cool things.
Mm.
What else? Cool things. I say there was lots of coffee around, lots of coffee T-shirts.
Well, it was run by the same guys from Dog
Yes.
and Gun Coffee,
Exactly.
and that's some good coffee.
They had a lot of staff running around doing a lot of things. I think they looked pretty run off their feet, but they did a bloody good job to put that show on for sure.
They
And kept
did.
us fed those toasties. God, they were so good.
they
I'm
were
still
good
talking
toasties.
about them. I had them both days. Because,
Yeah, right.
geez, they were good. They were, yeah.
Which was your favorite? They did a Reuben. They did like a 2 cheese and ham.
Cheese and ham.
Cheese and ham. The cheese and ham was pretty good.
I mean, I didn't think you could make a ham and cheese toasty any more spectacular than what it
Put
is.
more cheese in
it.
it.
was amazing. Yeah,
I
absolutely
wish I could have
delicious.
eaten them.
Yeah. Sorry, Maxwell. What did you eat? You ate jerky.
I did eat some jerky.
yeah.
It was
Actually,
good. That was good jerky.
Jerky you brought back. You left, and I drank. I drank. I ate
You
the rest
drank?
of it. Yeah.
I didn't see any jerky. Where was mine?
TV jerky. That was my lunch for both days because I'm a celiac and couldn't eat anything else. It was a little bit of jerky. And some lollies you provided. Thank you very much.
You've got to have lollies.
On the last day.
Joe's wandering around like coming up trying to shove lollies in your mouth every 20 minutes because she's like, I need to get rid of them.
It was the sugar we all needed.
Definitely.
True, kept us going.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you sort of need that little bit of sugar to get you going again.
Yep, that or Red Bull.
Yes.
If one worked. Yeah, okay.
Who else was there? There was just so many stalls I can't even
There was lots of little niche stuff as well, which I kind of really liked. Yeah. I didn't get a chance to walk around much at all, but I walked up to go and do a talk about reloading and then walked back, and that was about.
How was your talk?
It was all right.
I didn't get to talk to you about your talk, so
no, I did. I'd sort of it was quite last minute, and I didn't really know much about what I was meant to be covering. So there would have been maybe 20 people or so there, and so prior to me going on, I sort of sat down next to everyone and just started asking them what they were doing and what they were planning on and where they're up to in reloading. It was meant to be about reloading. It was about reloading, and it was really actually quite good to sort of everyone that was there except one guy had never reloaded and was looking at it. So it allowed me to sort of adjust a bit of a talk around what they would find valuable. And then for the one or sort of two guys that had a bit of knowledge in reloading, I was able to sort of throw some questions to them to find out what they were doing. Because my big thing with reloading, do you reload, Joe?
I don't.
No,
my partner's got all the reloading stuff in the shed, and he said you should have a go. And I think we have once and not had the time
He's
since.
just trying to get you to load his ammo for him.
He probably is.
Yeah, fair enough.
More power to him.
I'm a big believer that there's multiple ways to get to this to an acceptable result in the end. And so I think we see a lot of argumentation with reloading where people are like, no, this is the way. No, you can't do it that way. You have to do it this way. There's lots of different ways to
be like tying a hook onto a fishing line. I'm sure there's 100 ways you can do it.
There's only one way to do it.
There's only one way. That's
I
it.
wouldn't know. No, so there's lots of different ways to achieve, and you get an outcome that's quite acceptable. And so that was really good to sort of be able to sort of throw a few different ideas. Oh, this gentleman over here is doing it. How are you doing it? You tell us how he was doing it. Okay, great. Well, that's definitely a way you can do it for sure. Here's another way. And it was really good. And then I did think about like bringing a bunch of equipment up to sort of showcase a few things. But our stand had a whole stack of stuff on display for reloading gear, and it's all bolted down. And it was at the complete other end of the expo. I'm like, well, look, just invite you guys to all come down and play with all the gear, and I'm happy to continue on the conversation. We probably did a dozen questions or so, and then finished up and chatted with a few people, and then wandered back down and pretty close to where everyone that was at the talk came past and kept on talking, which was really encouraging.
That's good.
So
more people reloading, the better.
Yeah.
A few people sort of came in partway through and then left and stuff like that. That's all part of what it is. So I was pretty happy with it, and people seem to get lots out of it. So
I think that's excellent. It's excellent you got to sort of suss the crowd before you did your talk, so you knew what these people wanted to know.
As
well.
Weren't trying to preach basic reloadings to a bunch of guys who are shooting ELR and reloading already.
I think reloading is such a nuanced topic that I was there to do a general sort of 101 sort of essential guide, but at least if there was 50 people in the room, right, you couldn't do it. But with 15 or 20, you can sort of get a bit of a vibe from everyone. And it was able to sort of tweak it around there. And because it is such a, like if someone's like, oh, I'm going to reload I deer hunt and that's all I do. I just want more consistent, reliable ammo. All right, great. We're having a slightly different conversation than the guy that wants to try and shoot 1,000 meters. To the guy who is shooting heaps of pigs all the time and needs to bring that price down. We're all talking reloading, but they're all different conversations. I don't know how we got into this quite so deeply, but here we are.
We spoke about this fairly extensively on the last podcast.
Yeah, we did. That's right.
Which you could talk about reloading for days. It's a sort of a never-ending process of just constantly refining the way you do it until you're happy with it, and you'll never be happy with it because you can constantly do it better.
There's always room for opportunity. That's right. You have to get into it, Joe.
I did listen to that podcast the other day, and I did think about that, and it's sort of, everything you do sort of do everything a little bit your own way. So I suppose everyone's way is a tiny bit different, but like you said, none of them are wrong. If you get to that end result.
If you're getting the result, and there's always opportunity to improve.
Yeah.
We should never be so, sort of arrogant. They're like, oh, I've got it perfected.
Yeah.
Well, you might, but chances are you don't.
Yeah.
Chances are there's something you could be working on, but, doesn't mean you have to change your way of doing it. So,
yeah.
As long as it's working for you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
One day you'll have to teach me the basics and I'll have to look into it. Considering all the gear is in the shed at home, like I've sort of got no excuse.
That's usually one of them. And the equipment is one of the big sort of issues, and then the time.
Yeah, time is.
From what you've said, I think that might be your first challenge.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you. You obviously said right at the top that like the hunting and fishing side of things is the priority, and so is where you find relaxation and sort of the time out and away from a very busy life with multiple farms in multiple states and jobs and all sorts of gear. How do you go about prioritizing that to keep mental health and good balance?
It's a very good question, and a lot of people won't like this, but if you're in a job where you don't have the time to fish or hunt and it's making you miserable, quit your job and find something that will work for you where you've got a balance. So previously, before I sort of got onto all that thing, I was working in a television station, and every single day I was stuck at work and getting more miserable. And one day I went, nah, this is not me. I need to have a balance in my life where I've got time to fish and hunt. So I quit my job, and if you've got the courage to sort of follow that dream, I think that you sort of do get rewarded for that. I think you can always make the time to do it. And if you don't have time to do it, change something in your life so that you can do it. So I think you've got to really make something a priority and make it happen. And it's bloody scary, but I think you make your own life and we only get one. So if you want to hunt more, make it happen. You're the only person that can make it happen. A lot of people say to me, how do you do this? How do you do that? You just do it. Figure it out as you go.
The fact that you were out fishing this morning while you're here on a business trip.
Could have stayed in bed.
I
was tired from Wild Deer Show.
Could have just got out.
Get up and do it. And generally you'll feel better that you made that time to do it. Get up earlier. Go to bed later.
Sleep less is the suggestion that you're making.
It's you can make time. If you want it bad enough, you'll make it happen. I think at the end of the day, everything in your life will come down to that. If you want it bad enough, you'll do it. You'll make a way.
Yeah. It's so true. And when whatever is your priority is where you're putting your time, and if you're like, oh, this is really important to me, but you're not actually carving the time out, then it's either that not that important or something else is getting in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'm lucky because working for Spika, the whole gist of Spika is that they want you to be happy in your job, but they also love that you hunt and fish. So I think being in a role that I'm in, because I'm a sales rep, I can go to my stores and I can plan my stores around everything else as well. So I'll plan whatever state I'm going to be at the time, and I'll just sort of think, where can I fish? Where can I do this? And I genuinely, that's what I do. So if you want to fit fishing and hunting into your life, you can slot it in different ways.
I imagine fishing is a little bit more easier,
Absolutely,
accessible.
It is. Hunting is completely different kettle of fish, especially here in SA, because you can't hunt public land where you can in Vic. So I've never hunted in South Australia to this point. So one day I'd love to, but at this point I never have, so I'll fish. But Victoria and that I obviously can. But I think it's what you make it. And I think that if you have that, either fishing or hunting is your passion, at the end of the day, you'll make it happen.
Yeah. What's been your best catch here in SA? Does anything stand out? Have you caught anything?
Fish-wise? Well, this is controversial. So
okay, here we go.
When I was little, there was a photo of my brother holding, was I holding this? I can't remember now. They were holding this as little small fish from Port Mac. And I grew up thinking that was my fish and that was my first fish. It turns out it was my brother's fish. And I was just holding it. So I was like, I didn't get told this until I was like older, like in my 20s.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'd lived my whole life thinking I'd caught this fish. turns out it wasn't my fish. So then I had to start all over again. So that's when I started my trout venture, really.
Right, okay.
So I've never caught actually a tell a fib. I did. I stayed near Murray
River?
I don't know which area it was. Further.
Murray Bridge?
Murray Bridge, sort of near that way.
Tailem Bend, something like that?
Yeah, so I stayed out that way in one of my trips when I first started doing South Australia and camped up that way and I caught a beautiful yellow belly. So
okay, so you have caught fish in SA?
I've caught one fish in SA and carp. But the day's not over, you know. I've still got time. I have got plans to fish either tonight or tomorrow morning. So I'll keep you updated with how that goes.
How's the pressures feeling today?
The what?
The barometric pressures.
Oh, I'd see that's the thing is freshwater, I can tell. Saltwater, it sort of doesn't really rely on the barometer. So it's generally Victoria where I sort of think, it feels fishy, and I'll check the barometer and it'll either be close to, generally.
Yeah, okay. So you're not dialed in for SA yet.
Not dialed in for SA yet. Okay. Give it time. Give me a bit more time.
Couple of years.
Joe, well, you're going to have to keep us updated on your fishing adventures because you'll do that before this podcast goes out. So we'll be able to put a photo up or something up saying whether you caught a fish or not. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming and joining us and chatting away. Me. Yeah, it's been great to get to know you better. And, obviously Maxwell got to hang out with you on the weekend, but you were, off on the other stand for me. So I sort of saw you at the beginning of the day and then at the end of the day when you're trying to shove lollies everywhere.
I was just trying to keep everybody alive.
Did well. It was great fun. It was great to hang out with you for the weekend and to have you here.
Certainly was.
Yeah, no, thanks for
coming
me.
down.
No, I'm stoked to be on the podcast. It's my first podcast and it's a lot of fun. So now I get the hype now.
You've done well.
Yeah,
You've done great.
You.
Yeah. Brilliant, guys. Thanks for listening and we'll be back.